offensive line and how that's impacted the run game.
Yeah, when Jackson and Biney are in there, obviously that's a huge boost in experience and just physicality and demeanor. Those guys bring a totally different presence when they're out there, and I think the young guys see that, and even just receivers and the guys on the team, just the demeanor is different when those two are out there, so it's awesome having them back.
We're talking about the pecking order at quarterback, but it looks like you've also got a logjam at running back. How are you going to sort that out?
Same way. Grade every snap, get guys quality reps, give them the same opportunities, get them positions to make plays, and see who's making the most plays. And then who's available, dependable, and durable.
How do you use them? Because I noticed the new guys are getting most of the snaps now. Is that because they're the new guys, so you can see them?
Yeah, I mean, Sam, obviously, we hadn't really got a look at all until now, so we were trying to really get him a lot of reps. And then, Wayne and Will. I think Wayne's in probably a little different category in that he's probably the most experienced back in the room. He's played a lot of football. They played a lot of different backs in Virginia, but he's got a lot of reps and game experience. I mean, he's a captain-like type of guy, too. Like, his demeanor and how he handles his business, he's a grown man. So he's doing a great job.
How can you sort out those running backs just in, without pads, without contacts? Is it possible?
Yeah, absolutely. They had run fits today, and then they had pass pro and pads today, so we got to see if they had the courage to step up and pass pro. And then, we were thud. We weren't tackle to the ground, but you saw guys finishing runs and running through some arm tackles today for sure. So that was good to see.
With the quarterbacks, are there things you wanted each of those guys to improve on over the summer that you're seeing show up out here?
Yeah, they did. I thought all three guys, as far as pocket presence and just some things with their posture and balance, I thought all three of them improved on that. And then their pre-snap eyes, that was something I thought they got more reps in the offense with PRPs and understanding the flow of the game and what our expectations are. So I think their eyes and their overall grasp of the offense definitely increased over the summer, and that's been good to see. And you can transitions a little bit in the meeting room too, as far as their response and how fast they're able to process. That's been good to see.
Is there a timeline where you theoretically like to have that situation settled?
Yeah, you got to have it done game week, right? I mean, that'd be, in theory, it would be done hopefully the week before that. We don't put any hard and fast lines on it. You got to have a little bit of feel and experience and some savvy and understanding how that process goes, especially when you have three guys. It's a little bit different story when there's just two. But when you have three true guys competing for that job, I think you just got to be smart and understand that the team and the offense has to have that guy defined for game week for sure, which is a little bit longer than normal game weeks because you're going to have roughly 8 practices to get ready for Kent State. So it'll be really a week and a half, and then we'll be ready to go.
What's one thing you wanted to see those guys improve on each one of those three?
For all three of them, I think their communication skills and just really being the alpha out there. They got to block out worrying about who the starter is, and when they're on the field and they're taking the snap, they're the starter. And just be the alpha and take over, be the best communicator and leader that we have. And that's where all three of those guys still need to grow. And make sure when they come out here, everybody in the stadium knows who's running the show.
With your three quarterbacks, it just seems like all three of them have different throwing motions. There's a lot of classic quarterback coaches, one throw the same way. Is that an issue with any one of them?
No.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, no, it's not. They definitely have different deliveries, but I think all three of them are very efficient. They all three have good arm talent. I don't think there's anybody that's short on some of the things that we need them to do. So I think just understanding, a lot of it comes in your RPO games and things like that when you're throwing off of a defender and understanding arm slots off of the available player that you're throwing off of, that you can get that ball around him. So especially, honestly, it's more so as a righty and a lefty, understanding where I'm at and the available player to throw. But all three of them are sound mechanically.
Are you encouraged that, we've seen a bunch of long ones here, 60, even 70-yarder today. Is that, I know it's still a kind of a makeshift drill, but are you encouraged by that?
Yeah. I mean, if they weren't able to do that, that would be really rough on this offense because we're predicated on getting that ball down the field a little bit. So I am really happy with that. I know that they did work. Yes, another thing in the summer. I think that they did a good job of trying to focus a little bit on some of those deep balls and the timings that they would need to have with some of the receivers.
Because we saw none of that last year.
Well, I'm sure there's some. I'm sure there's always some, but we're going to try to do our best on that.
Did you ask one quarterback to kind of take the reins in the PRPs, or did you ask all of them?
No, they all had responsibility the same, and it was equal reps throughout the summer, and same type of situation in the spring.
How have you assessed Roger Rosengard at right tackle? It seems like he's starting to get more and more acquainted there.
Oh yeah, Rogers. he is so into it. He's super aggressive. He's passionate about football. He's got to clean up some techniques. Sometimes he just tries to do a little bit too much and just needs to be a little bit more fundamentally sound. And Coach Huff will get him squared away on some of that stuff. But he's a great kid. He's got fantastic feet and agility, and he's just got to work on a few things.
Where do you guys see Will Nixon fitting in? Where obviously he seems to have the versatility to play either running back or receiver.
Yeah, he can be, you know, the beauty for Will is one of the pieces when we recruited him was that in this offense, that's what our running backs do. They're going to be utilized in the pass game. So his ability to get out there on the edge and get in mismatches with Will's safeties, things like that, we really feel like we can get him in the game in that. And we do. Sam Adams and Wayne and CD, I think all those guys are really good at that. I think those guys are different that way.
Speaking of Cam Davis, what are kind of your thoughts on? I know you didn't get to really get a good look at him in the spring. How do you feel about him?
Oh, I feel great. I feel great. I'm excited about him. I think that he really has taken a step. Just talking to him about his preparation process and what it takes to be, you know, an elite running back. I think there's a lot more competition now in that room as well. I think you got some guys that are proven players that are ready to go there a little bit. So, but I think he's a fantastic kid. I think he's super smart. I think he's tough. And he had 2 yesterday that were actually probably surprised me a little bit with his game breaking. So he had a little different gear than I thought.
I know football's football, but you know, you take a look at the personnel that you have here compared to what you've had in the past. Is there some different guys that you have here now that you may be able to do some different things on offense that you may not have been able to do elsewhere?
I mean, there's definitely, I think there's more depth and the body type's a little different up front. The type of offensive line that you have here as far as being able to control the line of scrimmage is encouraging. You know, I think that's a possibility that can open some doors.
Where's Marcy there, guys?